Okay, I'm back. I am back because so many people messaged me and asked me how to do this, and that, everything. So I don't know if I can tell you everything, but I'll tell you one thing. What is film about? I'm sure you know what is film about, right? Film is about life of anything. I mean, you can take this and this and give them names, and they go on a mission to find that. And like SpongeBob, they have those cartoons, and they have life. So it's about life. You can do a stop motion picture or real moving one, like sometimes animations they do that. And so film is about life. Lots of students, when I am in the class, they say problems, this and that. Yeah, well, everything is part of life. So film is about life. And so what I want to explain today was that you can do basically anything. And a lot of people were asking me about certain documentaries that I've posted. And yeah, how can you do a documentary? Well, it's easy. It's limitless. It's starting from a very, very little thing, um, and it goes to a very big thing. And for example, if you take, if you take, how does this watch made and how does it function? You can make a documentary on that, right? And maybe it's not a complicated one, but you have to do a lot of research. You have to find out what goes on, and you have to make it interesting. You have to keep it moving. You have to almost tell a story by doing that documentary. You can't just say, um, you know, you have to turn this key or knob, then it'll. No, you have to give it a very, very interesting way of telling a story, because today people have too many things on the net, and they don't probably want to watch your documentary. They want to switch into something else. So to keep their attention, maybe within the first 30 seconds or even within 1 minute, that'd be fabulous. So you can make a documentary about anything. Those are the simple ones. And the ones that I've posted, like about, for example, how did this how did this financial thing, like for example, how this thing evolved, the barter system evolved to, like, you know digital funds, like transferring in the bank, using a card, or just giving a command on your website. So those things, either you could do it for yourself, or most of the time I get granted to do it for some company. So what I try is, I try to make it interesting. You have to have a production team. One team works closely with that, whoever is commissioning you the documentary, with them getting details, and then you have to go and do your references, dig out things, and like that, you have to find all the facts together. And then once you have the facts, um, it depends. Sometimes you have to write a screenplay or a documentary script. Uh, Sometimes you put the facts together, like a card system or 1, 2, 3, how it's like for example, this documentary that is on, there is a single and English version both on my channel, and that's about 30 minutes long. No, I'm sorry, that's about 8 or 10 minutes long, and in that, I brought it from the history to present time. So it was easy. Easy means not like easy, but it was easier than doing a complicated one. So I had to have an art department to show how it works in the antiquity or the days that the kings were ruling countries, and things like that, and even to get the facts right, like what kind of costume department. I mean, it's the whole art department, and so that kind of documentary, you very much like making a movie, except it's a documentary. Like if somebody told you to make a documentary about apple growth, or the apple farmers, I mean, that's different. You don't have to have these costumes and this and that, and you probably can go into a farm and start shooting. So that's the difference when you do the kind of documentary that I've done here, and a present day documentary. So how do you do that? Yeah, you work just like normal films. You have the rough script or the proper script. It depends on how you. If you have a proper script that you have to stick to that, you can always change things when you have to, but then you break down that with your production team and the assistant directors and schedule it to, all right, the warehouse should be, all the scenes in the warehouse should be shot in certain time, and then all the cast members who are going to be in that scene should be available that day, and the same old movie thing. So yeah, that is a little bit of work. Also, in a documentary, it's easy for you sometimes to work on the editing table. I mean, even in a feature, I am a director who make a lot of things happen on editing table. I know in the studio system you can't. You have to have almost everything in the script, and very rarely the actors go outside of script and talk about lines, and when that happens, it's like, big news. Johnny Depp in that movie with Antonio Banderas, he spoke something out of the, not from the screenplay, and that's like, wow. Yeah, that's one way of doing it, but I personally prefer to have the screenplay for everybody to understand, but my screenplays are usually flexible because I need it to be flexible. I want the actors to take part in certain things. I want the editor to tell me the third story, that what I have told, even a better way. So I give the freedom to many people, most of the artists. So that's another way to go about. I hope this was helpful. So talk to you guys soon. Bye.